I am Tiffany. I'm going to talk to you today about modesty. And in order for me to do this, I would first have to cover my head because according to the Bible, we are supposed to cover our head if we pray it or prostrate it. So it is covered with a tissue. All right, not hair, head. It says head. So I am covered. All right. Anyway, and two, if you're a man, I'm not allowed to teach you. It says, let the woman learn in silence with all subjection, but I suffer not a woman to teach, but nor to usurp authority over a man, but to be in silence. Here is where I can teach you women, though. Titus 2:3-5. The aged woman, that would be me. I am 44, almost 45 years old, so I can teach you younger women that they can be in behavior as becometh holiness, not false accusers, not given too much wine, teachers of good things, that they may teach the young women to be sober, to love your husbands, to your children, to be discreet, chaste, keepers at home, good, obedient to their husbands, that they may that the word of God not be blasphemed. So I am allowed to teach you women. I am not allowed to teach men. We are going to go through the King James Version Bible because it took 7 years, 47 scholars to be able to come up with this. And to date, this is the most accurate version of the Bible. Ephesians 6:11, put on the whole armor of God, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. And that's basically what this whole thing is about. Let's put on our armor for God. He expects us to dress a certain way, right? He expects us as Christians to be like Christians. We are supposed to be dressing like Christians, acting like Christians. If you can't look at somebody and say, hey, you know what? That is a Christian, they are not dressing right, okay? Because you should be able to look at a woman and say, there's a Christian. You know those ladies that are walking around, you see them in Walmart and you're like, there she is. She's got that long hair. She's got the long jean skirt. She's got no makeup on. She's got to be a Christian. Like you immediately think that, right? Okay, the way that a woman should dress, and we're going to go through the biblical structure of this. 1 Timothy 2:9, in like manner that women adorn themselves in modest apparel with shamefacedness and sobriety, not with broided hair or gold or pearls or costly array. Let's think about these words. Adorn. What does adorn mean? It means to enhance the appearance of beautiful objects or to decorate. So, women are not supposed to decorate themselves in any way other than in modest apparel or clothing. Apparel means clothing. Shamefacedness. Now, this is a different word. Maybe not many people know what that means. It means to show modesty or to show shame. So, if we are dressing ourselves, we are supposed to be showing ourselves with modesty or shame. Sobriety, being sober, and then let's think about the word broided. Broided is another word for braided, and I'm going to get into the hair, how we're supposed to keep our hair. Rules of dress code in the Bible. Women should not dress like men. Deuteronomy 2:5. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man, neither shall a man put on a woman's garment or clothing, for all that do so are an abomination. Do you know what abomination? Actually, if you look it up, it says a thing that causes hate, hatred, or disgust. So, for all that do so are an abomination, hatred unto the Lord thy God. So God hates those who dress like the opposite gender. Let's talk about this. You know, this is to do with the pants thing. I know a lot of people this is a very controversial subject. It's just so much easier and warmer to wear jeans, not to mention it makes your butt look cute. But it's not okay. We'll discuss why. Okay, in Isaiah, which is, where is that? Is it the New Testament or the Old Testament? Chapter 47, verses 2-3. if you uncover thy locks. Make bare the legs, uncover the thigh, pass over the river. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered. Whoa. And yea, the shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance. He says, the leg and the thigh are your nakedness. Interesting. So if you're wearing a skirt or a pair of shorts or tight pair of pants or anything that shows your legs, that's your nakedness. Who knew, right? The legs and thighs were words to describe nakedness. Your legs and thighs should never be seen. And if you look up in Leviticus 18, it shows exactly everybody. You're never supposed to see their nakedness, which is like your mother, and like it goes through a lot of different people. But let's think. Romans 8:35. Who shall separate us from the love of Christ? I don't want to be separated from the love of Christ. I don't know about you. Earlier it said he hates you if you dress like a man. If you're a woman and you're dressing like a man, he hates you. Now it's saying if to be separated from the love of Christ in a totally different section of the Bible. It says, what is this? Nakedness. Nakedness is what will separate you from the love of Christ. Oh my goodness. And what in the world would a bikini or a bathing suit do? You're absolutely showing your nakedness if you're showing your legs. Were the pants talked about in the Bible? Now we're going to get into some good stuff. Yes, they were called breeches. Look up the word breeches in the Bible. And it says, and his linen breeches shall be put upon his flesh. All right, his, not hers. It also talks about it in Exodus 28:42, that the linen breeches and where they should go, that they should go down to your knees. Hair. Okay, wait a minute, your hair. Are we supposed to cut our hair short? Or are we supposed to leave it long? But if a woman has long hair, it is a glory to her, for her hair is given her for a covering. All right, so there we go. Women are supposed to keep their hair long. In fact, it says in the Bible, women are to keep their hair long, and that men are supposed to keep their hair short because they are in the image of God. Now, let's go back to that section in 1 Timothy 9. It says, not with braided hair. Okay, so braiding your hair. I too have been guilty of braiding my hair before. I did not know this was in the Bible whenever I braided my hair, and most women do not know that this is in the Bible. You're not supposed to braid your hair. All right. Every woman that prayeth or prophesieth, oh no, my covering fell away. Let's go back to this again. There's my covering. All right, every woman that prayeth or prophesieth with her head uncovered dishonoreth her head, for that is even all one as if she were shaven. And then 1 Corinthians 11:16, if the woman not be covered, let her also be shorn. But if it be a shame for a woman to be shorn or shaven, let her be covered. So whenever you are doing like me and you're trying to talk about God, or you're supposed to be talking about the Bible, you're praying, you're prophesying, then what you need to do is you need to cover your head. And you definitely need to have long hair, not short hair. If you see a woman and she is a preacher and she is preaching in front of men, that is a clear and distinct thing against the Bible, because we are not allowed to do that. Men are supposed to be our teachers. We're supposed to learn in silence. All right, jewelry. Let's go back to that verse again. It says we're not supposed to wear gold, pearls, or costly array. No gold, no pearls, no costly array. What does that mean? So God doesn't want us to wear anything that is expensive. He wants us to wear things that are modest in price and in dress. All right? Makeup. Let's think about makeup and how many times that people love to draw on their eyes. They like to draw their eyes on, they like their eyeshadow, they like their fake everything. Jeremiah 4:30. Thou rentest thy face with painting in vain. Shalt thou make thyself fair, thy lovers will despise thee, they will seek thy life. So there we go. If you were painting your face, you are doing it out of vanity. And vanity is 100% the opposite of modesty. So we know we're supposed to keep long hair. We're not supposed to wear a lot of makeup where we're like painting our faces on, right? We have to cover our legs. We've established that. We have to cover our legs and our thighs and of course our genitalia and our butt. And let's see, where is it? The breasts. It talks about the breast in the Bible, and it gets kind of a little bit graphic. Where is my stuff on the breasts? Breasts. Okay, they are meant to be sexual. Proverbs 5:19. Let her breasts satisfy thee at all times. And then, of course, Solomon, which you know, is like the dude who had like a ton of wives and concubines and all those, right? So he talks about breasts as clusters of grapes, towers, and rows of twins. In other words, he is absolutely lusting after the breasts. So the breasts are 100% something that is considered a sexual thing to men. We need to keep those covered. Isaiah 66:11, that ye may suck and be satisfied with the breasts. All right, so we've established we have to cover the breasts. We have to cover the genitalia, the legs, the thighs. We have to cover our heads. Okay, now you say, well, there's so many different things, right? Shirts and stuff. Myself, whenever I did my research in the Bible as far as arms goes, I did not see a lot about covering the arms, although a lot of the religions, they do say that they want you to keep your arms covered. And a lot of them will say to wear, you know, like a 3/4. I've got 2 different shirts on. So I am covering, double covering, and it's very hot today. But a good rule of thumb is a shirt, if you go to your collarbone and you count 3 fingers down from your collarbone, don't go any lower than there. And then as far as your shirts go, you want to keep your shirt at least probably this long. But a lot of the churches, they ask you to do it below the elbow. Your knees are considered to be sexual, so you want to keep your skirts below the knees. You don't want to have it to where whenever you sit down in church, it should not even show your knees if you sit down. Okay? Skirts, another thing, you don't want anything tight. So no tight fitting clothing, no tight shirts, no tight pants, nothing tight. And of course, you know, pants as it is, if you wear a pair of pants, that's against the Bible because you're dressing like a man, first of all. Second of all, you cannot wear a pair of pants, and there goes my covering again, but you cannot wear a pair of pants without showing your curves. You just can't do it. You see your butt, you see your hoo-ha, you see all of it, and that is just not appropriate for us as Christians. So to show yourself as a Christian and to show that you love Christ and you're doing this, you're putting on your armor for Christ, just like a doctor does, a fireman, a policeman. You know who they are because whenever you look at them, they're wearing their uniforms. Us too, as Christians, whenever you look at us, you should say, there's a Christian. She's a Christian. Whenever you see that woman walking down the hallway, she's a Christian. So let's keep those not tight-fitting skirts below the knee after you sit down. So check it whenever you go to sit. If the skirt rises above your knee, get a different skirt, okay? And then, like I said, no tight-fitting. Count the 3 fingers down. Cover up. You don't want to have any spaghetti strap tank tops. There's no way possible you can be modest in a spaghetti strap tank top. You are showing all of this, and there's just That absolutely is not godly. So anyway, there, according to the Bible, that is the dress code according to the Bible. And I am giving $50 to the person who dresses the most modest at the end of this month coming, because we are celebrating Easter. We're celebrating the resurrection of Jesus Christ. And to do so, I think we should take an entire month of modesty. Let's do this. Thank you so much for your time. Bless you. You have a wonderful day.